Demons, man. Demons have been around since mankind first gathered around the campfire. They're manifestations of evil in the world, avatars of our greatest fears. You know, in the old days, a baby would be born. You know, that's a funny looking baby, man. Maybe it's a demon. The town folks would gather and decide if the baby was a demon. Maybe they'd burn the mom, you know, who knows. Nowadays, we just say, that's not a demon, dude. That's Ron Perlman. He's fine. Now, in Commander, demons have their own little niche. We're going to go down that rabbit hole, but first, like, subscribe, and give me a hug through the internet, brother. Now, in Magic the Gathering, demons are pretty well centered in Grixis colors, red, blue, and certainly black. There are exceptions, of course, most notably the heads of the three-color guilds from New Capenna. They were all demons, believe it or not. Falco Spara, Jetmir, Nexus of Revels are all legendary demons. They don't include black, and that's a rarity. Falco Spara is a bird demon, just like Celine Dion. Demons have some fantastic utility creatures, some of the beefiest creatures out there as well. Generally, there is some reanimator synergy. You want big fat monstrous creatures to dig out of your graveyard. You need to maximize your return on investment for your reanimator spells. Like the top demon, the number one most played demon in the format, Vilus Broker of Blood. 5 black, black, black for a legendary creature demon. It's an 8/8 with flying. Has black, pay 2 life. Target creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn. And whenever you lose life, brother, you draw that many cards. You can sign or you can spend your life imagining what might have been yours. Take a minute to appreciate this art, man. This is a sweet monster with a nice neckbeard. You know, he's the avatar of every neckbeard out there. Now, Kaldheim also had a demon sub-theme and brought us the number 2 and 3 most played demons out there. Number 2, we have Carter Doomscourge. 2 black and a red for a legendary creature demon berserker. It's a 4/3. When this guy enters the battlefield, until your next turn, creatures your opponents control attack each combat if able, and attack a player other than you if able. Whenever an attacking creature dies, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. This guy, he's got tentacle face, just like old Nicky G, and he's a banger in a ton of decks. And at number 3, Varragoth, the Bloodsky Sire. This guy is 2 and a black, legendary creature, demon rogue. It's a 2/3 with Death Touch and Boast for 1 and a black. Target player searches their library for a card, shuffles, puts that card on top. So you activate this only if this creature attacked this turn and only once each turn. I love this guy. He's an outlaw too, just FYI, but has some of the most metal art in the game. Look at this fella out there with his bros. He's slaying the scene, man. The regular art isn't bad either. Yeah, so Varragoth is kind of a weird, clunky vampiric tutor effect, but this guy's more of a demonic tutor. No pun intended. Rune-scarred demon, 5 black, black creature demon. It's a 6/6 with flying. When this guy enters the battlefield, search your library for a card, put it in your hand, then shuffle. Fantastic reanimator target, blink target, copy clone target, because it's a damn demonic tutor on a big old stick. And keeps with the theme that demons have in Magic. They'll give you that forbidden knowledge, brother. He's got it etched into his skin. This got reprinted and it's under $2 right now. So that's the top 4, but what are my favorite demons? You had to ask, didn't you, brother? I'm always a big fan of Bloodgift Demon. You know, he's out there, he's let me draw an extra card, he's giving me a little present, a little kiss on the cheek, if you will, plus the art on this guy is banging. And of course, the Abyssal Persecutor. You know, this is the newest art. This big fella says, hey, listen, I'm gonna give you a little discount on the mana, but you can't win, you idiot. It's just an interesting card. It's fun to give away with John Arenicus mainly. But I like playing around really detrimental downsides like this, figuring out the right time to sacrifice them. Makes you think about your decks a little differently. And also out of Kaldheim, we have the Burning Rune Demon. 4 black, black for a creature demon berserker. It's a 6/6 with flying. When this guy enters the battlefield, you may search your library for exactly 2 cards not named this guy that have different names. If you do, reveal those cards. An opponent chooses one of them, put the chosen card into your hand and the other into your graveyard, then shuffle. I really dig this guy because he feeds the yard, and in most decks there are redundant effects that you'd love in your hand or in your graveyard. This guy's a real one. Now this guy is like 55 cents right now, which is unbelievable to me, but whatever. Doom Whisperer is 3 black, black for a creature, nightmare demon. It's a 6/6 with flying and trample. Has pay 2 life, surveil 2. The sound of every twisted secret tempts you to hear another. I simply cannot believe that, dude. 43 cents at present, I just looked it up. Bonkers card, has a pretty crazy ability. You can burst down your life total at will, which is not something you normally want to do, but certain decks thrive on it, while feeding your graveyard. Now, Warhammer 40k had a bunch of demons. The Bloodthirster is one of the best. 5 and a red for a creature demon. It's a 6/6 with flying and trample. Whenever this guy deals combat damage to a player, untap it. After this combat phase, there's an additional combat phase, but Bloodthirster can't attack a player it's already attacked this turn. The Terminator, you know, the guy he's about to smite, is supposedly like 10 feet tall, and this guy has 3 of those high, man. Terrifying. There probably isn't enough blood in my meager 6'4", 300-pound frame to sate this animal. Then of course we have the Sower of Discord, 4 black for a creature demon. It's a 6/6 with flying. As this guy enters the battlefield, choose 2 players. Whenever damage is dealt to one of the chosen players, the other chosen player also loses that much life. This is a nasty demon that looks cool with his twin blade. He's ready for Elden Ring DLC, dude. He's got them abs, dude. Come on. Quick PSA, that Sower of Discord just got reprinted in Commander Masters and is down under $2 as well. Then we have the Lord of Change, 6 and a blue for a creature demon. It's a 6/6, has flying and ward 3. This guy's the Architect of Deception. Whenever he enters the battlefield, draw 3 cards. That's how I architect my deception, dude. When this guy is one of Tzeentch's greatest servants, you know, I love just plopping this guy in the yard, reanimating him early after I put down some ramp or something. That's it, man. Draw 3 cards. He's also a great blink target. It's also pretty splashable, having only 1 blue pip. This guy's just a workhorse. Now you're out there, you're brewing a demon deck, so what are some demon-specific payoffs or enablers? You know, you're going tribal, consider Herald of Slaanesh, 2 and a red for a creature demon. It's a 2/2, has the Locus of Slaanesh, just like I do in my heart. Demon spells you cast cost 2 less to cast. Other demons you control have haste. This lady's gonna hide a toothbrush at your house, dude. She's gonna steal your sweatshirt, and next thing you know, she's kicking you out of your own house. Very powerful card in demon decks, but that's about it. There aren't many demon-specific enablers, but that cost reduction is pretty sweet, so you may want to consider Urza's Incubator. So this is 3 generic mana artifact. When it enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Creature spells of the chosen type cost 2 less to cast. Oh, Urza. Is that a demon in there? Nah, this guy was just incubating some bros to have over, play crab apples on his nanny's farm. What a silly goose. When you're out there summoning up your grandma to make stew, you want that Heartless summoning. 1 and a black for an enchantment. Creature spells you cast cost 2 less to cast, but creatures you control get -1/-1. I love the flavor text. They won't be winning any beauty pageants, but they'll do the trick. You know, this exact same conversation I overheard at the rugby bar. You know, with the female teams were drinking up. I think they were talking about me, dude. Now, I've talked about these cards before, but we got a lot of tutors and a lot of cards that feed the graveyard. And any demons you drop in, you can get out with Patriarch's Bidding, man. Each player chooses a creature type. Each player returns all creature cards of a type chosen this way from their graveyard to the battlefield. Now, these dudes are werewolves, alright? But they're pretty muscular out there, and I think they're trying to be demons with some Annaball. So what are the best demon commanders out there? Well, there really is only one. Busted this deck out at the most recent Commander Night. It was voted deck I most want to build. Kind of came out of nowhere. Be'lakor the Dark Master, 3 blue, black, and a red for a legendary creature, Demon Noble. It's a 6/5 with flying. This guy's the Prince of Chaos. When he enters the battlefield, you draw X cards and lose X life, where X is the number of demons you control. He's also the Lord of Torment. Whenever another demon enters the battlefield under your control, it deals damage equal to its power to any target. You know, I'm going to link the deck list in the description, but it's got lots of demons, lots of enablers, blinks, and clones. Ironic is file duplication of the commander. Create a token that's a copy of target creature you control, except it has flying and isn't legendary. Double the draw and the burn. Then you have Graveyard Tutors, Mass Reanimation. I've had a couple games end with a kick, write a replication on Be'lakor. Basically, all 5 copies see each other enter and trigger, dealing 30 damage 6 times. Yes, you will die eventually too, but you get to stack the triggers. Everybody else dies first. It's a bit of a risky play, but that's life, brother. If somebody Teferi's protections in response, oh well, tough luck, I guess. Now that's really the only commander relevant to Demon Tribal, or is it? Well, yeah, pretty much, but this guy ain't bad. Rakdos the Showstopper, 4 black and a red legendary creature demon. It's a 6/6 with flying and trample. When this guy enters the battlefield, flip a coin for each creature that isn't a demon, devil, or imp. Destroy each creature whose coin comes up tails. This fella's more of a build around where you just want to pay off opponents' creatures dying, pay off coin flips, and just be a nuisance. How's about this guy, Lord Xander the Collector, 4 blue, black, and a red, legendary creature, vampire demon noble. It's a 6/6. When this guy enters the battlefield, target opponent discards half the cards in their hand rounded down. When this guy attacks, defending player mills half their library rounded down. When this guy dies, target opponent sacrifices half the non-land permanents they control rounded down. This guy's a damn salt factory, headache-inducing monstrosity of a card. He's a demon, he's a vampire, he's a beautiful man. What a mess. Actually, I think this is a neat card, but everybody's gonna hate you if you build this commander deck. Clone them, copy them, blink them, reanimate them. If you clone them, the first and last abilities go off as he is sacrificed to the legend rule, or the copy is, whatever you want to do. The mill portion's pretty powerful. You can combo that with Bruvac, or you can just pack mass reanimation like Rise of the Dark Realms. People are going to start targeting the heck out of you. He costs 7 mana, so those are the downsides. Now that cloning and dying to the legend rule can be in your favor, as with our next commander, Hidetsugu and Kairi. 2 blue, and a black for a legendary creature, ogre, demon, dragon. It's a 5/4 with flying. When this guy enters the battlefield, draw 3 cards, then put 2 cards from your hand on top of your library in any order. A little brainstorm there. When this guy dies, exile the top card of your library. Target opponent loses life equal to its mana value. If it's an instant or sorcery card, you may cast it without paying its mana cost. I did build a deck around cloning these guys, so when you clone it, both abilities go off. You can stack your deck with huge spells, extra turn spells, and there's your win condition right there. Massive damage. You can even pack in the old Enter the Infinite, 12 mana sorcery. You're drawing all the cards in your library, then putting a card from your hand on top of your library, no maximum hand size until your next turn. This is just everything in your deck, including Thassa's Oracle. What a bonkers deck for 163 bucks. Very fun to pilot, but pretty obnoxious, man. You play solitaire for 10 minutes, hopefully you win. I feel dirty for even conceiving of it. How about a demon spider, man? The biggest demon spider out there, Shelob, Child of Ungoliant. 4 black and a green for a legendary creature. Spider demon, it's an 8/8 with Death Touch and Ward 2. Other spiders you control have Death Touch and Ward 2. Whenever another creature dealt damage this turn by a spider you control dies, create a token that's a copy of that creature, except it's a food. This card is so slept on. Yeah, you can get some spiders, start sleeping people, or you can ramp into this and have it fight and bite, dude. That's Death Touch. There's also that food synergy that you can work in there. Very unique build around, fantastic addition to a fight deck. It's Shelob, dude. Man, last but not least, the Beast. Deathless Prince. 2 black and a red for a legendary creature demon, it's a 6/6. Looks like a damn Iron Maiden album cover. Whenever you cast this spell, gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap it, it gains menace and haste until end of turn. The Beast enters the battlefield tapped with 6 stun counters on it. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to its owner, untap the Beast and draw a card. Now this guy, I'm told by folks more acquainted with Doctor Who lore that this is the actual Christian devil, the big guy himself. Flavor-wise, this is a Vorthos feast. He's shackled up, it's up to you to get him free. He also is a tempter, a theft spell on a stick. Nutty card, I like it a lot. And that's Demons in Commander, brother, and that's another video in the tank. Demons are a fun little archetype. I've always loved the aesthetic. Ever since I was a little kid, I always wanted to play with the bad guys, you know? The idea of the big old beast, you want to reanimate him, bring him back from the dead. Anyways, folks, thanks for all the kind support, man. I'm still here in my basement. I'm brewing decks. I'm brewing up some diarrhea probably too. Nicky G, signing off.